every single one of these hallways, but they won't let me go any farther, saying like, oh, I'm getting farther away from Mitsuki if I go there. So, since I can't go there, I guess my only option is to go back upstairs to where I was. If I kept running in circles like this, I'd never find her. I was in a state of panic, and I was allowing it to steer my path. Frustrated with the situation, and with myself for choosing to give up and head back empty-handed, I forced myself to stop and turn. I was going to do what I should have done in the first place. Call out Mitsuki's name with everything I had in me, and hope she responded.
Mitsuki! Mitsuki! Doko?
I'm right behind you, Toko. Ah!
Minna iru yo!
Well, one of you isn't. And Fukuroi's still missing too, actually. No answer. Just the cold, lonely sounds of rain and wind bearing down on this old, dilapidated building. This may have been a fairly large school, but sound traveled well here. If she were anywhere in this hallway, I'm sure she would have heard me. And if she were just here only minutes ago, she definitely should have been around now. Would something have happened to her? Yeah, she's probably in a closed space along with Fukuroi, because again, we have not seen anyone else. You notice, though, interestingly, that almost everybody in the Byakudan crew end up in the same exact place. Whereas with the Kizaragi group, everybody's all branched out. You got Ayumi off with Yoshiki and Misui, you got Satoshi with Yuka, you got Naomi and Seiko, and then Mayu just shows up briefly in the one and then gets splattered, and then Morishige just kind of shows up randomly. It's like, nobody can stick together.
Mitsuki...
To be fair, you kept calling her a hell witch or whatever, so... Can I go down these hallways now? No, I cannot. So, I guess I'm going back upstairs. Yeah, I bet you it's probably that she's in a closed space different from theirs, and yeah, couldn't find her. Alright, well, since I can't go this way, I guess my only option then is to go back up here. Because I don't know where else to go. Everything else is closed off. Oh! Hi, Ryu! Yes, it's a ghost. Don't scream! It's attracted to that! Maybe. And I bet you this is the only where I get my actual wrong ending, so... Let's just save and see where this goes. Hey, kid, how you doing? Appears to be the ghost of a young boy. Let's get closer. And right in my face, right? Hi. Got you. I have no tongue. That was it? Wow, that was the most anticlimactic wrong end yet. Like, it doesn't even joke around. It's just like, you talked to the ghost, now you're just gonna die. We're just not gonna describe it to you. Well, that at least solves the one wrong end that I have to worry about. Now, all that's left is to actually complete the storyline. Well, since this is easier to dodge than, am I gonna have to actually talk to the kid and, step away? God, what now? With the ghost sitting right before the stairs, how was I supposed to get back up to the 3rd floor? Good question. I guess I'm gonna have to start looking around and seeing what I can do, because I can't get past him. Is there an item around here I can pick up? Because that's the only thing I can think of, is like, one of these areas has to have some kind of item I can use. Unless I can find a loose board or something that I can use to jump across. Otherwise, I'm a little stumped here on what I'm supposed to do here, because I can't do much with the kid right there. So... now, what do I do, genius? You sure I can't just jump over that side of the building? Like, this hole in the wall, can I just, nope, too big, jump over. Crap. Okay. And I can't get open into the nurse's office, so there must be a loose board or something around here somewhere that I have to find. That's the only thing I can think of. Unless I trigger some kind of cutscene walking around, then I'm kinda stuck. Hello. Hi, how you doing? You're a friendly ghost, right? What the hell was that? What had just appeared in front of me? Hi, can you help me? From the looks of it, you're another victim trapped here against your will, no? Well, I'll tell you now, there's no escape from this school. There is nothing to be gained here but despair, though if you've got an iron will, you might be able to survive for a little while at least. Here, you should have this. It'll help keep the wandering spirits at bay, though it only works once. So take it, get out there, and fight like hell. Stay alive as long as you possibly can. The spirit vanished, but lying on the floor below where it had been was a gemstone. Specifically a violet-colored gemstone, probably an amethyst? So I can use that to keep the wandering spirits at bay one time, huh? I guess he meant the full-body ones, or it would have kept him at bay too. Either way, with this gem, I feel like I could actually get back to my friends safely. I was as hopeful as one could expect, all things considered. Oh, it looks like the one that Yoshiki had. Of course, he also said there was no escape from here, but it was my prerogative to believe what I wanted to believe and ignore what I wanted to ignore. Yay! Okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'm heading back up here to deal with the wandering ghost. Ryu, you are going down. Okay, well, I'm saving. For safety. And now, we're gonna try this. Use the amethyst! I held the amethyst in front of me and approached the spirit. Begone, demon of Satan! And incredibly, it actually worked. Both the ghost and the gem faded and disappeared. Crud. The stairwell was now free to be traversed. Yay! Let's get our friends now. We couldn't find Mitsuki, but we still have the other was here.
エミ、大丈夫。さっきまでそこに幽霊みたいなのがいてさ。早く片山連れて出よう。
What's going on? Emmy's face was absolutely wrecked with tears and she was shaking her head violently. She wanted to tell me something, but the words just weren't coming. I had a really bad feeling about this. I ran past her to the bathrooms, to where Katayama was being lifted onto Yui's shoulders when I left. I'm starting to hear things now. Why? Katayama was back on the floor, right where we'd set him down when this whole ordeal began. Why wasn't he on Yugi's shoulders? What was going on? I had an inkling, but I didn't want to believe it, so I pushed it out of my mind. Did he finally cave in and die?
みんな何してる？早く片山連れてかなきゃ。
Yep. Didn't think he would. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh.
I wasn't even here to say goodbye. I didn't know what else to say. A person had just died. And not some stranger, but a person I knew, a friend. It was the strangest feeling. I kept looking at him and thinking, is he really dead? Is this really what a person looks like when he dies? Seeing him like that drained every last bit of energy I had in me. I fell to my knees, thoroughly defeated. Ah, man. Well, again, I knew everyone's gonna die anyway.
大川君、片山君から離れないって。
Yeah.
どうすればいいの?
Good question. Emmy and I couldn't stay near the body. We'd gone down the second floor where we picked a corner and just stood there, trying to recompose ourselves. You elected to stay with Okawa on the third floor. I guess to try and break him from his shock and help put some distance between him and Katayama. None of this felt real. Maybe I just didn't want it to be real. It was a nightmare. It had to be. I'd just sit up in my bed and it would all be over. If only. If only. It's your fault, Emmy. You did it. You wanted to do the charm. It's still Naho's fault, technically, but, you know, you didn't help.
おかしいな。覚めないの。さっきから夢だと思おうとしてるんだけど。
We were supposed to be friends forever. My energy was waning again. I sank to the ground, landing on my knees. Emmy followed my lead and put an arm around me for comfort. A friend had just died. He just died. God, why? Question mark? Emmy and I looked at each other. We both heard them. Footsteps coming down the hall. It was too dark to make out who it was, but the gate was decidedly male. The two of us slowly and quietly rose to our feet, hid around the corner and peeked out, both terrified and curious as to who or what we might see. There, at the end of the hall, the figure finally came into view. It was a tallish man, unsteadily teetering as he slowly strode toward us. Oh, no. Oh, it was Shimada, drenched from head to toe. Oh, thank God. I thought it was gonna be Yoshikazu.
Shimada-kun!
He actually came back. Amazing.
Huh?
Emmy shot forward, intending to run toward him, but I grabbed her arm and held her back without even thinking about it. Don't go near that man. He is horrible. She turned and looked at me with a puzzled expression.
あいつ、私無理。まさか、なんかされたの?
Well, he tried to.
よかった。こんな時だし、起こったことだけでも伝えておかないと。
She looked back at me again as she said this, staring right into my eyes in an almost disciplinary manner. It was the perfect guilt stare. Couldn't help but succumb to it, feeling bad for not having filled her in about the Shimada incident. Yeah, we'll go with that. Shimada continued his slow, wet walk down the hall. Then all of a sudden, for no discernible reason, he simply fell forward, landing hard on his knees. Something was wrong with him, and while I loathed the man, I didn't want to see him suffer. Emmy and I were both poised to rush to his aid. Then other figures randomly began appearing all around him. Figures of children, blue and ethereal, shimmering with their own light. Oh, right. I guess it's playtime. They're ghosts. And they're children. They're children ghosts. Begone, spawn of Satan! Oh crud, I'm out of amethysts. And actually, could it only work for one of them? It would probably take care of one of them, but the other two would be after me. We could barely even see Shimada from our vantage point anymore, as his body was obscured almost completely by the backs of these ghost children. He wasn't moving though, so it didn't seem like they were doing anything to him. But then he wasn't moving at all, which seemed highly suspicious. It occurred to me that maybe we should try to save him? I inched forward. He was still in exactly the same position he had been when he fell to his knees. He literally hadn't moved at all. Was he unconscious? Amy and I looked at one another and nodded. It was a silent signal to move forward and do whatever we could to help. Oh! The children vanished as we approached, revealing a horrific sight. Shimada's stomach had been flayed wide open. He was dead. Well, that's number 2 down. The knife he'd flaunted earlier was jutting from the wound. It was an almost ceremonial death, like that of a samurai who'd thrown himself on his sword. He committed seppuku. Yeah, that's a pretty good reaction to that. That's a doubly good reaction to that. And then there were... Let me see. There's Toko and Emi. There's Kizami and the whiny guy. I guess that would be 4. Unless you count Mitsuki and Fukuro, which are missing, then it would be 6. They were ghosts. Duh. Yeah, maybe you should take the knife with you. You know, as morbid as that sounds. Yuya, who'd presumably rushed down to see what was wrong, calmly walked over to Shimada's body. Oh no, he's gonna take the knife, isn't he? He was checking for signs of respiration or pulse. He turned back to face us again a moment later, and his facial expression said it all. Shimada really was dead. I was beginning to lose it. I just couldn't take any more of this. My friends and acquaintances were dying one by one. I guess I should say had died, but it didn't seem like it was over. Not by a long shot. Yep. Hell, it was doing more than trying and it already succeeded twice over. I was scared, I was paranoid, I was shaking and crying and screaming inside and outside. I was deathly afraid that something else would show up. And then it did. Oh, hi, Sachiko. It was a little girl in a red dress standing between us and the 3rd floor staircase. I couldn't make out the expression on her face through her bangs, but I could literally feel the hatred in her eyes as she stared into our souls. Then she turned around and slid up the staircase into the 3rd floor hallway. Again, ghost. Emi was turned the other way, so she hadn't seen the girl at all. She eventually followed our gazes, but by that time the girl was gone. She looked confused. You're probably better off, Emmy. You're probably better off. That particular apparition looked a lot different from the other ghosts I'd seen, but there was still no doubt in my mind she was definitely a ghost.
小川君は連れてこようよ。とにかく出なきゃ、この学校から。
You're just gonna have to drag him.
私呼んでくる。
Drag him kicking and screaming if you have to.
待て。
ゆうや、私も。
危険だ。ここで待っている。
Dangerous. Well, that is the direction the girl in the red dress went, and I guess Yuga didn't want me to be put in harm's way. I nodded and watched his back recede into the darkness as he chased after Emmy. You can do this, Toko. Maybe. Considering you kinda lose your mind in the one wrong ending we see you, so... Your friends? Oh, that's a good sound. What's going on? Why was Emmy screaming? I could hear voices now. Emmy and Okawa were having a heated argument. Dude, he's dead. There's nothing you can do. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Stop being in denial. I know this is part of the stages of grief, but this is not the time. You need to go straight to acceptance and move. Leave him and run. He'll get caught? The ghost girl must have been pursuing them. Yeah, good idea. He was already dead, so no. Katayama's body was sprawled unceremoniously on the landing halfway up to the 3rd floor, along with Okawa. At the top of the stairs stood Emmy, and in front of her, Yuya, with an imposing scowl on his face. Uh-oh. Think this is where the cord goes snap. I didn't understand any of this, but it just happened. Emmy let out another scream and came running toward me down the stairs. Okawa then seemed as if he'd fallen and broken his arm. He was lopsidedly crawling toward me. It was almost as if he were trying to distance himself from Yuya. He was already dead before that, so I don't know. I ran to the base of the stairs to meet up with Emmy. I needed some sort of context here.
Emmy!
Yeah, what happened? I glanced up at Yuya, but his face was shrouded in darkness. I couldn't make out any expression at all. Okawa seemed to have reached his breaking point. He shot to his feet and took off behind me toward the 2nd floor, as fast as he could. Yuya kicked Okawa down the stairs? Why? Slowly he walked down to the landing. He was neither concerned nor scornful. His face was a blank slate. As soon as he reached my level, he bent down and began fiddling with Katayama's body. raising the arms, then letting them drop, wiping blood from the ears and nose, then looking at it as if studying a specimen under a microscope. Uh-oh. Well, it was nice knowing you guys. You were cool while it lasted, but that didn't last long. What the hell? He was enjoying this. I finally got to see an emotion written clearly on his face. And it was elation? How was this not some crazy dream? Tears began spilling from my eyes like water. I was shocked, confused, and I don't even know what else. Well, this is going well. Emmy and I found ourselves standing in front of the door to the school infirmary. There you go, let's try knocking it down. Yeah, you got a point. The poor girl was frantic. I can't say I blamed her, but, well, something about this whole situation just didn't feel right to me. I'm sorry. Did you not see the expression on that man's face? This is not the time for your little fantasies. Right now, he is a murdering psychopath who wants to kill us. This is not the time to be in denial. With that, Emmy pushed me out of the way and ran past me toward the stairwell leading to the first floor. Well, she didn't say that. And off she went. I was now separated from every one of my friends, but was I really in danger? I mean, I was, but from Yuya? That just doesn't seem right. Again, no. Or more likely, I didn't want it to be. I wanted to believe that this was all a misunderstanding. My legs were shaking and my head was swimming. I just stood there, unsure of where I should go or what I should do. And then there he was, right behind me. And in his hands was Shibata's huge knife. The one that was last seen jutting from Shibata's stomach. It was still dripping with blood. Well, at least we know where he got the knife. This definitely made matters more complicated. How could I doubt Yuya's guilt when he was holding something like that? Might he even have it? How could he possibly bring himself to pull a knife from his friend's lifeless corpse? But I wasn't going to run. I turned around and I braced myself. I opened my mouth, intent on discussing this rationally. If I ran away now, I feel like it would all be over. There would be nothing left to save, no one left to trust. What could I possibly say to him? I don't know if any of this is going to change anything, so I'm just going to save here. Let's see, are you alright? My body was still visibly shuddering, and I doubt I'd have much of a voice if I tried talking. I just wanted this all to be a horrible mistake so badly. I knew I had to say something. I knew I had to get through to him. Maybe he was just freaking out in his own way. The whole experience has been taxing for all of us, and he is only human. He must have been terrified. And maybe I could get through to it. Get him through it. Get him talk about what's bothering him and feel a little better. It was worth a shot at least. Stowe Senpai, please don't be a yandere.
Yuya, 大丈夫?
桐崎、浦部と大川はどこだ？
どうして?
No answer. He just started muttering to himself and slowly walked right past me as if I weren't even there.
いやいや、何するの？何持ってるのそれ？
使えそうだ。いろいろ。
Yeah, that's a nice way to say it. Oh yeah, that's right, Kurosaki's also missing too, isn't he? So, that's 9 as well, ironic.
やめて！捨ててよ！
I think it's 9. No, I couldn't let this go on. I grabbed him by the arm and just clung to him, pulling my full weight onto his body to keep him from going any further down the hallway. He was at a crossroads, about to walk down a path of no return, and I wasn't going to lose the kind, considerate Yuya I'd fallen for. Unfortunately, the only tools I had at my disposal for stopping him were my feelings, and those just weren't going to be enough. I was so startled that it took me a moment before I'd even figured out what happened.
同じだ。ここでは。
That was the first time in my entire life that I'd ever been punched in the head, and he put everything he had into it.
この学校に殺されるのも。
I couldn't focus. My brain was still rattling inside my skull from the impact.
俺に殺されるのも。
The world was spinning. I looked up at him with spasmodic, twitchy, tear-filled eyes. There was no sign of remorse or compassion whatsoever. He looked like a feudal warrior clutching his sword and staring down at his enemy. The area all around my eye was throbbing. It hurt so badly and felt so swollen and sore. I couldn't even imagine what it must have looked like. And he wasn't done with me. He got in closer and closer, grinning unnaturally as he raised his fist for a second strike. Oh boy. Well, I guess that's one way to get rid of a crush. By literally getting crushed by your crush. I was running on pure instinct and adrenaline at this point. I shot to my feet and just forced him to carry me to safety. Somewhere, anywhere. He was going to kill me. He was really going to kill me. God, it's like I've been warning you all this time and you just ignored it for your feelings. I felt something rattling around uncomfortably inside my mouth, so I spit it out into my hand. It was white. A single white tooth with blood-red highlights at its root. That maniac had actually knocked out one of my teeth! I guess that's why it's called Tooth. The chapter, I mean. And now I know how she lost that tooth in the other game. He was there, just behind me. I panicked, tripping over my own feet and stumbling to the ground on the landing between the first and second floor. I'd fallen on my backside, dropping my tooth on the ground next to me. I began slinking away from the encroaching figure of Yuya Kizami. Save me, somebody, anybody, God, please! Yes! I was scooting backwards across the floor, too stiff, sore, and scared to stand. But then my hand brushed across something small and metallic. A key! Ah, it's the infirmary key! Yay! We found it somehow. Even with my hand right over it, I was shaking so badly that I could barely work my fingers to get a grip. It was the most frustrating feeling in the world, and for a few seconds that felt like hours, I just kept trying in vain to pick up that damn key. Finally, I slipped my finger through the ring. I had it. This was my one and only chance. Scrambling to my feet, I somehow slipped past Yuya and ran back up to the second floor as fast as I could force my shaky legs to carry me. I had the key. I could lock myself in. I could hide in the infirmary. Kizami didn't pursue, not right away. He just stood there, staring. Staring at the tooth that I'd dropped on the ground. Staring intently as if trying to make out what he was seeing.
Haka.
Oh. Ew. I get having more calcium in your life, but this is just creepy. Okay. Creepy. God, even with the picture there, he's just like he's in love right there. Just, ugh. Gross. At least you could have saved that for the tooth fairy. Oh wait, you're not getting out of here alive either. You're turning into an anatomical model later. There didn't seem to be any way to lock the door from the inside. I needed to find a hiding place before you showed up. The corner of the room? Under the bed, maybe? I was scanning every inch of the room as quickly as possible, sizing up my surroundings. My eyes stopped on one of the medicine shelves. It felt like such a revelation, like the answer I was looking for. But what was I going to do with scissors? Was I going to fight? Fight who? Yuya? I wouldn't stand a chance. I decided to leave them there. I stepped back and crouched down behind the partitioning screen that was set up in the middle of the room. Didn't he see your silhouette through it, though? Oh hey, it's you two! Urabe had run back to the bathrooms on the 3rd floor to warn Okawa about the imminent threat that was approaching. Unsurprisingly, he was still crouched on the ground, cradling Katayama's lifeless head in his arms. And he was still stubbornly insistent that if he were to leave that spot, he'd have to carry Katayama with him. Oh, we're going backwards. Oh, I bet you we're seeing it through Kizami's eyes right now. Oh, okay. Sure, why not? So I guess we're gonna get like maybe an idea of what happened to make him snap like that. No, he's definitely dead. Yep, he's definitely dead. Yep, he's dead. You're done. What a stubborn, foolish man. I'd had enough. I decided I'd rip Katayama's body from Okawa's arms and kick it down the stairs. It made one hell of a thud when it hit the landing. But he was already dead, so what did it matter? As long as it helped get Okawa moving, I didn't care. See? Look, he's dead. So get your ass off of that floor and run. So that's what happened. He was trying to show the kid, yep, the guy's dead. There's no way you're gonna, save him, so come on, we gotta get going.
目を覚ませ。片山はもう死んでいる。早くここから逃げるんだ。
Urabe was looking at me, then at Katayama's body, then back at me, as if she couldn't make up her mind, which was more interesting. Why was she looking at me? Did I have something on my face? Okawa, on the other hand, was focused squarely on Katayama. He was trembling all over, but I thought he finally understood. Then he turned toward me. Oh, so it definitely was a misunderstanding. He just assumed that he was, murdered. He yelled like a madman and ran down the stairs toward his friend's body. He wasn't exactly in his right mind, however, so those last few steps didn't quite go as planned. He tripped and fell, quite hard, next to Katayama. So there actually was a reason. He didn't actually push the kid down the stairs, he just threw the dead body down the stairs to try and snap the kid out of it, and it went wrong, and Emmy, I guess, took issue with that. I wasn't the one who killed Katayama.
殺されるぞ。
そうか。ここでは学校に殺されるのも俺に殺されるのも同じってことか。どうせみんな死ぬのだからな。
So that's kind of what happened, it seems. That he basically just snapped after that accusation. Interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Oh. Now we're getting the credits. But I'm not doing the credits just yet, dude. There's no reason to. Because, even though we're clear, we just open up the prologue blood drive. The very last chapter of this game. So, I guess we'll be finishing up the series next time with the last chapter, Blood Drive. And this one I actually know is like properly canon in the Corpse Party series. All the other ones are kind of questionable, but Blood Drive is definitely canon and actually leads up to the next game in the series. So we'll be tackling that next time, but for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.